It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in to another edition of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. KB, your host, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to be with you again. Got some exciting information about What's Burnin', the actual TV program itself, and I'll tell you about that as we wrap up today's edition. Of course, I want to thank all of my sponsors, Carrie Mawson at Budget Blinds, Ozarks Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and our title sponsor, Bill Lacasse with SRG Financial Advisors. We got a great program for you. My buddy Rick Bryant's going to be stopping by. Rick with Bryant Auction. We'll also take an opportunity to head over to Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach for another edition of KB's Furry Friends, all sponsored by the good folks at our veterinary at the lake. We'll get to a new feature today. It's called the Burnin' Question, and we'll throw that out there this week. Look for your responses during the week and possibly read your response next time we bring in a new show, a new edition of What's Burnin' on Lake TV. We'll also talk it over with my good buddy Dan Wass. He is the author of the Good Gun, Bad Guy series. Also, he has a great program that he hosts called Loaded Mike. We're going to talk about ghost guns. We're going to talk about some other statistics. Dan obviously is a proponent of the Second Amendment and people's gun rights. We'll also do a little gardening out of the Share the Harvest Food Pantry. They've got a great garden out there, and they've been growing some fresh produce for folks for a whole lot of years. We'll take some time to head out there, and then we'll put the wraps on it. As I said, we'll have an opportunity to offer up some information regarding this program, and maybe another opportunity during the day to see it. Also wanted to mention something that, I got inundated on social media with this here in the last day. This new article about the Lake of the Ozarks from the folks at Politico. In particular, the article was written by Natasha Korecki with photos from Whitney Curtis. We want to make sure we include everybody. The title of the article, What COVID? Why people at America's hardest partying lake are not about to get vaccinated. Then below that, in small print, it says, at the Lake of the Ozarks, vaccines are shunned, masks are mocked, and the long-term consequences take a back seat to the time at hand. I guess maybe making sure that somebody has a refreshing beverage in their hand at that particular time. This is interesting for a lot of different reasons. It goes into something that we've dealt with here since COVID really kind of kicked into gear, the party atmosphere at the lake, the fact that so many people are wondering about what the lake has got going on, why we continue to buck the system, and we really don't necessarily buck the system here at the Lake of the Ozarks. However, my advice is check out the article, again from Politico, What COVID? Why people at America's hardest partying lake why they're not about to get vaccinated. Check it out and do a little review and get back to me at kb@mylaketv.com. I'd be interested to get your thoughts on the article. Coming back, as I said, we've got Rick Bryant from Bryant Auction, and he's always a lot of fun. So stick around. More coming up right here on Lake TV.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Hey, right back here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. KB here. Glad to have you with us on another gorgeous day at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks, and I hope you're taking it easy out there. Just a little tip, if you've got some friends or neighbors or somebody you'd like to look in on, well, that's probably not a bad thing. Make sure they have an adequate source of cooling. Take them a fan, invite them into your house, especially if you've got somebody in your neighborhood, an elderly resident that lives by themselves. Not a bad idea to check on them. And also make sure you take care of your pets. If you've got outdoor pets, bring them in for a while. I'm fortunate to have a unfinished basement with concrete floor, and they love to lay on that concrete floor. Make sure they've got plenty of cool water. And if you just have to leave them outside, make sure indeed that they've got some shade, but bring them in if you can. Hey, listen, from time to time, we get somebody that just kind of wanders into the studio here. And that's more or less what happened. I think he was...
Borrow your ink pen here.
Yeah, sure.
You said something cool. I thought of my mother-in-law.
Right.
And you said concrete. That made the that precipitated more thoughts. So I want to draw a picture. What? What?
Your mother-in-law in concrete. I can only imagine where that's going to go. Rick Bryan is here from Bryan Auction. Great to see you, my friend. How you been?
Buddy, been wonderful.
Awesome.
And it's always good to see you too, Chair Mike. Yeah.
Hanging out, and of course, another busy season at the auction house over there off of Highway 54 at the Y Road exit. Now, this is one thing that you have to understand. Every time you and I talk, you're always talking about whether or not you're going to take some time off. Well, I'm going to close her down for 30 minutes, this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, and then you've got this list here, and of course, on top of everything that's coming up, all of the stuff that you've been doing already.
I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. We came here and we tried hard to do the right thing, and I think that's paying off. But I'll go over this list real quick. We got 5 properties in closing right now.
Wow.
3 of them are lakefront houses. And everybody's happy, so obviously the prices were right, okay? no disappointment. August 7th will be at Jay Bruner's, clean in and out. It's been a couple years, better late than never. We'll get into that later more later, but we're going to clean the whole place out. We're going to sell everything inside. August 21st will be at Pruitt Enterprise with Gary Pruitt, the Expo Center. Kind of excited about the fact they're putting a new roof on it. going to be some cool things happen there
Now,
next year.
you're gonna auction this place off. You're gonna sell this place.
We're going to sell the contents.
Okay.
Contents of it.
All right.
Yeah, he's got some plans, some cool plans
Yeah.
that we've talked about. But everything in that place, trucks, cars, trailers, concrete equipment, 57 Chevy. Mustang 2. You know, it's Gary Pruitt. It's a 135,000-foot building. You can fill in the blanks. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Let's see. August 28th, we're selling out the contents of Fat Polly's. Making room for the Encore Lakeside Grill and Sky Bar. Kind of a neat plan that I saw on this place where you actually walk through a gangplank in the pool to get to it. But in the meantime, we need to sell out hundreds and hundreds of tables and chairs and banquet equipment. And
A gangplank. I can already see some folks not successfully walking the plank, so to speak.
And let's see, the 7th will be September 7th. We're in September, brother, so I'm going to have to do something by the end of September. But noon, we'll be at the auction house selling 90 acres and a very nice home down in the Boot Hill.
Yeah.
Now, these are repeat offenders. I sold their home on KK. And so the husband has since unfortunately passed. The wife called me up. She goes, you know what? I want you to do it again. Got another house. So that tells you there's some satisfaction there, and we're proud of that.
Let me just say something real quick here about that.
You were in that house.
Yes, I was in that house. And I've got to say that over the time that I've known you, I've had an opportunity to talk to a number of Rick's clients. And, we've recorded testimonials and things along those lines. But it's when they're not on the mic sometimes that you really find out about how important it is to have Bryant Auction work alongside you. Because these folks, especially you mentioned a woman who recently lost her husband, so she's widowed now, and she's got a lot going on, certainly a lot of things that she has to take care of, maybe wrap up some loose ends and the like. And you've always really done a good job of understanding what type of a situation people are in and working with them very closely. And I've heard numerous times how much they really appreciate not only the great job that you and the staff do, but the compassion, which is, in my opinion, rather very important.
I appreciate that, buddy. They spend their whole lives collecting this stuff. Whether it be like we always kid around about Tupperware, Pez dispensers, but there's some really nice items that get collected over a period of time, guns and cars and whatnot, and all of this. You can look through it, and who are we to slight that, to not take that seriously and make sure that it's handled properly? Sometimes you got to ride the balance between timing and marketing and all of that stuff, but nonetheless to do it right. The second person on here is the 14th. We'll have a bank-owned property of 40 acres. It was Banker Crocker. We sold two properties, bankruptcy property and another development they had, and we'll be back in St. Roberts selling another one right outside the gates of Fort Leonard Wood. Wow. So it's going to be it's a busy calendar that we've got coming up. And in lieu of some of the things that I've had going on at the auction house, we have got some really cool ATVs. Look at here.
That's why you wouldn't show me that picture when you came in.
The only way that I can get him in an ATV is just to create it on Photoshop.
Some grease and a really big shoehorn.
And you notice it's got a left-handed smoke shifter.
Did you find one? Let me see that picture.
No, it's cropped.
Left-handed smoke shifter.
I've never
see
Googled that. I should do that.
That's something that Rick and I have talked about for a whole lot of time. Is when I was in Scouts, they would always send the newbies out from camp to camp to camp. You go snipe hunting and various other things, and then they'd send you from campsite to campsite looking for a left-handed smoke shifter. So what happens, one year there was one of the troops, one of the campsites, and they had a left-handed smoke shifter, and they gave that to me, and I took it back to the to my campsite, and you should have seen the looks on everyone's faces, jaws dropping everywhere, because they actually had a left-handed smoke shifter. Board stretchers are important. People don't understand how important those really are.
Right now.
Left-handed smoke shifter, if you've got one or a picture of one, you can email it to me, kb@mylaketv.com. So you and the family recently took some time to head up to the Windy City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of your posts on social media.
To be honest with you, I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
We've ventured out all over the world, and I'm probably one of the few people that's been in the Sahara Desert with folks and went la 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 la, and it turned out pretty well. I mean, I got back with my head, so it's all good. But we've always kind of pressed the envelope a little bit, and I thought, well, the kids want to go up there. My nephews wanted to go up, and I said, let's do it. Now we stayed on Navy Pier, and we rode the boats to the museums, so we were kind of once removed. But I had a great opportunity to see cultural diversity.
Right.
We had a lady an African American lady that was playing karaoke, And she was so good. You'd be impressed. She was so good that I think every ethnicity on the planet was dancing.
Right.
There was a guy, a Middle Eastern guy, that was holding a baby, come walking by, stopped and danced with Angie.
Did he hand off the baby and then dance with Angie and took the baby back?
Actually, it was wrapped up, and I'm not going to get into the joke part of it, but nonetheless, it was a real baby. But nonetheless, I was so relaxed about the diversity of ethnicities there. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, okay, let's run to Chicago, let's go to East St. Louis or where, but I mean, it's not all bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good everywhere,
Right.
and we never saw. I from all those years of law enforcement, I always kind of look for the problem and try to divert.
Sure.
I didn't see anything, and so we had a great time. I met two beautiful Chicago police officers. I wasn't going to bother them. Bobby hollered at him and said, "Come back here," and they were on bikes, the bike patrol. And he said, "Well, my brother used to be on bike patrol," and he goes, "Obviously, he's retired." So that started a relationship with Az. He was a cool guy. He's going to retire. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Where are you retiring?" And he said, "Well, we're looking at that." I said, "No, you're not. We're done. You're done looking. You're coming to the Lake of the Ozarks. We love blue here, and you need to come down." So I think he's going to do it. I got him in contact with P.D. Leyva.
Yeah.
So.
Did he at all express some of the sentiments
Yes,
of law enforcement in general in that city? We talk a lot about the shootings. It seems like every weekend, dozens of people shot, in the double digits, sometimes in the triple digits, depending on what's going on. And then, unfortunately, there is a loss of life involved with some of those shootings as well. What was his take? What was his view on being a police officer?
He's really concerned about the defunding because they're going through that. Mm-hmm. They've got a political mindset up there that's probably not like what you and I would have here at the lake or the other 45,000 people here at the lake. And that's concerning him. So they're retiring. He's prematurely retiring. So are 500 others. I think there's going to be hell to pay, pardon the French, but I think there's going to be some problems with that, obviously, because they're going to lose the quality. And if you think about this, the defunding part of it is more or less a slap. I think in the situation we're in coming up August 3rd, it's either, it's not funding or underfunding is almost as bad as defunding, but nonetheless, defunding is almost a slap to law enforcement, and unfortunately what you get are the ones that you may not want in the car,
right? Because
that's what's left. The ones that are saying, hey, what the heck, I'm not losing my house, I'm not going to pay the ultimate price for this and always be wrong no matter what, I'm going to take my retirement and go. Well, then what do you have?
Right.
And no offense, I love the blue, but on the other hand, there's good and bad in every organization.
They have families just like all of us do, and of course they've got to think about their futures and the futures of their families. Rick Bryant, thanks for taking some time to hang out with us, and if you need Rick's services, don't forget you can contact him, 573-346-4777. Go to BryantAuction.com and consider it sold.
You've said that kind of like you've done it before.
One or two times.
Yeah.
I'm a fast learner.
Love you.
Thanks, man. We're going to take some time and jump into a quick break. We'll also get an opportunity to check out one of KB's furry friends. We've got a furry feline that needs a home right there at Ozark Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach. It's presented by our veterinary at the lake. More coming up. What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Oh, hey guys, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture. I was lost in my own thoughts there for a minute. It's so hot outside and you can't stay in the lake all day long. So what do? Come to Slumberland, get yourself a nice reclining massage chair and just relax in the AC. So come check out these massage chairs and all of our comfortable recliners so you can stay cool. Daryl Cunningham for Slumberland at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Hey Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
Hey, back in Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach for KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinary at the lake. And we have got a very handsome little lover male. This is Abigail, and Abigail is well, obviously looking for a good home. So we're going to talk to Mary, Miomi, Tilly, and find out a little bit about Abigail and how you could possibly adopt this handsome young stud and have him in your home very, very soon if you meet all the qualifications. Let's talk a little bit about this guy. He sure is a lover.
Yes, he is. He just wants to be somebody's couch potato.
Yes.
Abigail is about 7 to 8 years old. He came into us, somebody witnessed him being thrown out of a vehicle, and they stopped and got him, but they weren't able to keep him, so they brought him to us to find him a home. He has been here since October. He did get adopted out once, but unfortunately that one didn't work out. The family had some medical issues and they had to bring him back.
Now, we talk about Abigail from the standpoint of he is a male, and sometimes he's a ham bone is what he is. And that's great to see. He definitely, I tell you what, when we walked in here, he warmed right up to me and Megan, as did all these kittens here in the cat room. But any special issues with Abigail? Is he somebody who gets along well with others? Does he more or less need to maybe just have a home of his own?
He does get along well with the other cats. He does get a little jealous, though, if he's getting attention and somebody else comes into the picture and wants that attention. Not in an aggressive way at all. He just makes it known that this is my time with my human. The main issue that we have going on with Abigail is he came into us with some very severe dental problems. So he had all of his teeth pulled except for his 4 canines.
Wow.
And we are doing our best to hope that he's going to be able to keep those in, because that'll cause a lot more issues if they have to be removed.
So he's obviously on lots and lots of soft food?
Actually not.
No.
He eats the dry food just fine.
Good.
We've checked him every once in a while. You know, we will put so many kibbles in the bowl for him in a kennel and make sure that he's actually eating them, and he does.
Right.
Of course, he loves wet food when he gets it. All cats do.
I don't know what I have on my hand, but apparently it's something that Abigail really likes, or he's just being friendly. I know that's a way that cats show affection, by licking you, like like a dog jumps up on your lap and gives you a big old lip block, give you a big kiss on the face. And cats are a little bit more subdued. I wanted to see, while we're talking here about Abigail, Nani is another cat, and she's been trying to get into the shoot, and so she comes back over here. We might get her featured in here. If folks are interested in adopting Abigail, Mary, what do they need to do?
You can go on our website at ozarkscatandcanine.com, or you can come into the shelter in person and fill out an application. The main thing to remember with him and some of our older cats that do have medical issues is that we're looking for an adopter who has a track record with a reputable vet.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've never had a cat before and never used a veterinarian before, he's probably not the right one for you.
I'm getting a good cleaning today. I did take a shower before I came here, but I appreciate the extra help there, buddy. Abigail, he's just a handsome devil, and he looks like he could use a good home. And so somebody who's really, for whatever reason, man, you see a cat getting thrown out of a vehicle.
Exactly.
That's tough. That would be tough on anybody to see something like that. Fortunately, there were some good people that were there to rescue him and get him to the shelter. But we don't want you to fall off there either. So that's a good guy right there. He's all about loving and all about attention. And there's somebody obviously out there that has got a good home for Abaker. So why not come by and take a look at Ozarks Cat and Canine here in Sunrise Beach, right off of Highway 5. And let's see if we can't find a home for this guy, because I'll tell you what, I've already got 3. What's one more, right? Especially if they're loving and affectionate. But I have to get that okayed with Mom first. Hey, listen, we're here again with Mary Tilley from Ozarks Cat and Canine, having a good time, and we're going to continue to bring you these great animals that could use a home. KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinary at the lake. We've got more coming up on What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. Let's see if we can find that furry feline a home. And again, thanks to Mary and the staff at Ozarks Cat and Canine in Sunrise Beach. Easy to find, and they'd love for you to stop by. 573-374-2629 is the phone number over there. So we've added a brand new feature. We gave this a little thought and kind of kicked it around. And we're going to bring you every week a new Burnin' question. And essentially, they can range from any number of different topics. And, today's Burnin' question, I'll just run it by you right now. The What's Burnin' question this week, in your opinion, what's the most important issue currently facing the Lake of the Ozarks and why? So maybe a two-part question. In your opinion, what's the most important issue currently facing the Lake of the Ozarks and why? Is it water quality, safety, COVID, anything you think is important to the Lake of the Ozarks? Leave your response at kb@mylaketv.com, or you can go on our Facebook page to address that very question and give us your answers. We'll hopefully have some responses from you to read next week on the program. It's KB's Burnin' Question. Again, in your opinion, what's the most important issue currently facing the Lake of the Ozarks and why? And thank you for joining us here on Lake TV with What's Burnin'.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout on August 20th through the 29th is at Captain Ron's. The largest non-sanctioned boat race in the Midwest takes over Lake of the Ozarks for the 33rd year. Who will win this year's coveted Top Gun? Watch while more than 100 boats compete for best in class. The event raised over $400,000 for local charities last year. Be there in person to watch as boats hit speeds over 200 miles per hour. Celebrate the 33rd annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, presented by Performance Boat Centers at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Hey, welcome back to What's Burning right here on Lake TV. Glad to have you with us. And, of course, glad to have my next guest with us as well. His name is Dan Wass, and he is the author of the Good Gun, Bad Guy series of books. Right now, 3 books in the series. And I would certainly encourage you folks, if you're out there and you want to really read and get a good idea of what's going on with gun culture and, in particular, anti-gun culture in this country. Good Gun, Bad Guy series is a great read. Again, 3 books, very easy read, and you learn a lot. He's also the host of Loaded Mike, and he is joining us right here on What's Burning. Dan, great to have you with us, man. It's been a while.
Hey, KV, you know it's always great to be on your show, and I congratulate you on your new venture. You're doing fantastic, and just keep up the great work. And thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Let's talk a little bit about you kind of getting into the realm of radio and TV as well. Tell us about Loaded Mike, the series that you're involved with.
Well, Loaded Mike was just picked up by a couple small networks. We're still looking for our home network. But what we're doing is we have a web show and a podcast, and it's heavily weighted in Second Amendment issues, but we also get into the topics of the day, you know, the news of the day. Very funny show. We have a blast with it. Very educational. We keep up on all the new information, all the new data, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Myself and my co-host John Chiara, my producer Danny Wass Jr., who happens to be my son, and we put together a Loaded Mike. It's loadedmike.com. And I think people are really going to dig it. It's a lot of fun.
It's kind of like Guy Fieri and his son, that they travel together on diners, drive-ins, and dives and work together. So, yeah, maybe there's a bright future there. And does it get a little awkward sometimes working with a family member? Because
he yells at me all the time.
Does he?
Dad, what are you doing? You can't do that. So he's always giving me a hard time. But, you know, he's the technical brains behind the operation. Right. I'm just a guy who gets in front of the microphone and starts yapping. But, no, it's great. And you know what? I tell you what, it's great to be able to spend that much time with my son, right. You know, because as he's older, he doesn't live home anymore. So we have a lot of fun at the studio.
But technically, you're still in charge of things since you are senior and he is junior. Another place you can find some of Dan's work is ammoland.com, and that's kind of what we're going to work off of today. We're going to talk a little bit about ghost guns. Ghost guns, what are they, and how do they fit into the narrative that the left is trying to push now as part of their gun-free agenda that so many of us are, I would imagine, law-abiding gun owners are very concerned about, Dan. So, of course, first let's start with ghost guns. What are they?
Well, nobody really knows what ghost guns are. The anti-gun left started off with a lot of different things. They used, like Dianne Feinstein loved the term assault weapon. Mm-hmm. She loved to use that. You know, you remember when they tried to do the first assault weapons ban, they rolled out that AR-15 and they created this scary term for people to fear. So assault weapon, weapons of war was big with Obama and Hillary Clinton. High capacity magazine. And of course, the big daddy term of them all, gun violence. You know, these are all terms that are designed to scare people who don't know any better. So the new one, I mean, they couldn't think of anything better. It's actually a great term if you want to scare people who are ignorant to guns. Ghost guns. I mean, what's better? I mean, how much more can you scare people than ghost guns? What ghost guns really are is a scary term attached to guns with no serial numbers. In other words, guns that the government can't trace, which, in my opinion, is the way it should be. You know, I have there's no reason for the government to know who's got guns and where they are and know where my guns are and what I own. The whole idea of the Second Amendment was that the government didn't have any business there. But the idea now, and the way the narrative is switched around, is that the government should know. And not only that, everyone should know who's got guns. And that's a scary thing that's a scary territory that we enter. Guns are a private ownership, and it's nobody's business.
So we talk about ghost guns and the way that this is being established, much like some of the terms that you touched on. And gun violence is the big one because, of course, with gun violence, you could have brick violence, you could have hammer violence, you could have 2x4 violence, you could have car violence. So, again, this word that they use, gun violence, is just that terminology to get someone's attention and then to more or less try to get them into fearing what guns are all about. Now, if you're a law-abiding citizen, again, and you own firearms and you follow the Second Amendment and you take care of the firearms and get the education and the training, things like this don't really scare gun owners. But for most folks who are maybe a little unsure or have not really checked into it a whole lot, especially with the education end of it, these terms really scare the daylights out of a lot of people. Let's talk about this Brady campaign and the Brady campaign's agenda when it comes to ghost guns, Dan.
Well, the real agenda behind ghost guns is to create a registry. Now, first of all, by telling people that they found these new ghost guns out in the public, what they're doing is they're implying that guns should have registry. Guns should be registered and guns should have serial numbers so they can be traced. Now, a lot of people might like that idea, but it's not okay when government has that ability. The idea was, like I said before, the government has no business in that. But what they want to do is they want to create a narrative where if you don't have your guns registered, then that's a bad thing. Well, that's actually the good thing. That's originally what it was intended for. So the idea that they can take the term ghost guns is to change the narrative and change the interpretation in the minds of people. But also, at the same time, they're trying to set up universal background checks, which would ultimately be a gun registry. Ultimately, what they're trying to do is scare people into supporting gun registries. And we know what happens when governments register their citizens' guns. They get confiscated. And ultimately, even worse things happen after that. So we don't want that in America. That's not what our founding fathers intended. Our founding fathers intended that the people shall have the ability and leverage over their government, not the other way around.
Well, of course, one of the loudest examples of that I can think of is obviously what has happened in the past in Venezuela, where we've seen people literally defending themselves with anything they can find to throw at the people that are trying to keep them down. Essentially, rocks, bricks, bottles, whatever they can get their hands on.
That's absolutely right. We're not going to let that happen here in America.
Let's hope not. So again, what's the bottom line with all of this? What is the hope that, as far as we've talked about ghost guns, that will this term be something that we hear more and more about in the days and weeks to come, now that it's something new, now that they can take it a different direction? Or do you think this will basically just die down and go away? I'm kind of thinking it won't.
Yeah, I think you'll hear more about ghost guns in their pursuit for universal background checks, which ultimately result in a gun registry. So the term ghost guns is just part of the whole gun grab here. So I think you'll hear more.
Let's change it up with the time we have left here. We want to talk a little bit about, we've heard a lot about the illegal aliens crossing the border, the southern border into this country, and a lot of the things that have come along with this. Obviously, the amount of people that are coming in on a weekly basis, the pressure it's adding to those men and women whose job it is to guard the border. Are they bringing disease into this country with them as well? There's a huge concern now, a concerted effort to mask up again because we've got a new variant of COVID out there, the Delta variant, and you've got all these people coming in the southern border. Who knows what they're bringing in with them? Maybe more COVID, possibly other things as well. But one of the other angles that we're looking at here, the loopholes used to inflate blocked gun sales stats based on illegal aliens, and this is kind of interesting. I don't think this is something that's been followed very closely, Dan, and maybe you can help sort it out for us in the fact that why is this issue so important?
Well, okay, so I have to start here. I have to start with the background check system. And what happens with the background check system is that the over 99% of the denials in the background check system are false positives. In other words, good people being denied their gun purchase with no good reason. In 2017, I'll give you a few statistics, make it as simple as possible. 2017, there were 112,000 gun purchases that were denied. Of those 112,000, there were only 12,000 investigations, which tells us that right off the bat, they knew that the vast majority of the denials were false positives. You know, similar social security number, similar address, similar names, any number of things that can cause you to be red flagged when you're buying a gun. But they were not legitimate denials. Out of those 112,000 denials, there were only 12 prosecutions. That's a dozen, 1, 2, only 12 out of 112,000. So what that means is that they found 12 people who shouldn't have been purchasing a gun, but in the meantime, they denied 112,000 of them, which means you're putting those people in danger. So the background check system, the NICS background check system, doesn't work, and they want more of it. So now we fast forward to today, and Moms Demand Action, the Brady campaign, one of those groups, was touting the idea that there were 300,000 denied background checks. Well, they think that's a good thing, and the people who don't know any better also think that's a good thing, but it's not, because the 99% of those denials are false positive, meaning putting good people in danger for no good reason. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're running on. They think they want people to think they're doing a good thing, when really what they're doing is they're putting good people in danger and putting them at risk because they're unable. I'll give you a quick example, KB, if I have a quick second.
Sure.
I know we're in a bit of a rush.
Sure, no.
There was a woman named Carol Bound in New Jersey. She was in a violent relationship. She was getting abused. She made calls to her police department. She had several calls, several restraining orders, and she applied for her pistol permit. Well, the state of New Jersey had a 30-day waiting period. After 43 days, she still had not received her handgun to be able to defend herself, and she was stabbed to death by the very man that she feared. So these background checks and these waiting periods, although Brady campaign and Moms Demand, Shannon Watts, and all those nut jobs over there on the anti-gun crowd, although they want you to think it's a good thing, it's a horrible thing, and they are the ones causing death. They're the ones putting people in danger because they're making people unarmed and helpless, and it's not okay with us anymore.
So, again, the NICS, and you can tell us a little bit more about what those letters mean. Talking about the numbers submitted to the NICS in 2019, as far as, I don't know if this is percentages. I know you talked a little numbers regarding this issue already.
Yeah, it's a National Instant Criminal Background Check system, and it's the system that they go through to determine if you are ineligible to purchase a gun. I do have some stats on that for you, and I think I know where we're going. We talked about the illegal aliens coming in. The criminal records are made up of a number of different types of criminality. 84% of those in the NICS background check system are illegal aliens. In other words, they're in that system because of their illegal entry into the United States. That's 84%. 13.5% are felonies. 2.6% are mental health adjudication, and 1.9 are other. I guess those are undetermined. I don't have that data, but the vast majority are in that group are illegal aliens. So what's happening is they're denying X amount of people. In this case, it was 300,000, but the vast majority of the people in the system are illegal aliens. Who's letting in the illegal aliens? It's them, the Democrats, the left wing. So they're letting them in. They're using them to boost the numbers of gun denials and touting that to their supporters, saying, look at the good job we're doing. They're not doing a good job. It's all a big hoax, really. I mean, what's happening is that open border is causing more trouble than people even know. So I hope I explained that, KB. so it was understandable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dan Was, he is the author of The Good Gun, Bad Guy, the Good Gun, Bad Guy series. He's also the host of Loaded Mike, and I told Dan earlier maybe we can find a way to get that program to the Lake of the Ozarks so more folks can to check it out and see what he's all about. But as always, Dan, great to have you with us on the program, and we'll look forward to having you back again hopefully very soon.
Thanks so much, pal. Keep up the great work. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir. Dan Was with us yet again. We're going to jump in, take a great opportunity to hear from some of our sponsors, and of course our title sponsor, Mr. Bill Lacasse with SRG Financial Advisors. Then we're going to come back and do a little gardening out at Share the Harvest Food Pantry when What's Burning right here on Lake TV continues.
Oh, hey guys, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture. I was lost in my own thoughts there for a minute. It's so hot outside and you can't stay in the lake all day long. So what do? Come to Slumberland, get yourself a nice reclining massage chair and just relax in the AC. So come check out these massage chairs and all of our comfortable recliners so you can stay cool. Daryl Cunningham for Slumberland at the Lake, where we're bringing happy home.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Right back on What's Burning. You're on Lake TV, KB your host, and of course we're having fun out here at the Share the Harvest Food Pantry in the garden area, the greenhouse, the raised beds, and the lady who takes care of it all, Pam North, who's they call you the garden associate.
Yes.
As a garden associate, let me ask you first, how many hours a week you put in here?
25 to 30.
25 to 30. Let's talk about the overall facility itself. I mean, we've got the raised beds, we've got the greenhouse, you've got some fruits and vegetables on the other side of the greenhouse. You work 25 to 30 hours, but I'm sure this is a job where you could use at least a few more hands.
Absolutely. There is so much to be done here between the weeding, the harvesting, weed eating, fixing things. We had a board in the high tunnel that needed to be replaced, and so it took a gentleman to come in and do that for me. And
well,
so,
and,
yeah.
And a lot of the things that you do in terms of the overall upkeep, you need some volunteers to maybe come in and donate their time as far as the services and various things. Now, you told me this greenhouse itself, the average lifespan of the plastic is about 5 years.
Right.
So about every 5 years, you're having to look at ways, whether it's fundraisers or volunteers or donations from people coming in, replacing all of that so that you can continue to do what you're doing here.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, I think that one of the interesting things about what you've got going on here, again, is this is something that maybe a lot of people don't realize. You're growing fresh vegetables for the people who come in, which is so great to have. And, you know, it's that alternative from the processed foods that we get. I mean, you get the fresh lettuce, the tomatoes, cabbage, all kinds of things. What are some of the things that we're looking at? I know some of the basics, Pam, but I don't know everything that you've got going on here.
Well, we have beets, green beans, okra, green pepper, jalapeno pepper, broccoli, cauliflower, some radishes, spinach, lettuce.
Got a nice variety.
Turnips, yep.
And you know, you mentioned jalapenos. Are those kind of a tough pepper to grow in this type of atmosphere or this type of area?
Nope.
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 Not at all.
No, not really. No.
Let's see here. Would you mind maybe when they're right where they need to be, giving me a call?
Oh, sure. Sure.
I love jalapeno peppers. Got to make sure, though, that you cut them in half and take all those seeds out, or else you're going to get them maybe a little bit hotter than you originally anticipated. You know, the true, and you know, there's another aspect of all of this. When you get the fresh vegetables, the people take them home and they prepare them a variety of different ways. So that's another, I guess, almost skill, if you will. You get the grown vegetables here at Share the Harvest. You get to take them home, prepare them the way you like, maybe some new recipes, but things are looking really, really well. Things are going good for you here as I look around the garden. There's a lot of very healthy plants here. What's the toughest thing that you try to grow here at the Share the Harvest garden?
I'd like to start asparagus. We were talking about that earlier. It's kind of hard to get started here.
What's the most difficult part of growing that?
Just getting it rooted and going.
Right.
It's just with this rocky soil, you have to have the good soil
Sure.
to get it going. So
Asparagus the toughest. What's pretty much a no-brainer? Tomatoes, some of the lettuce?
For me, tomatoes.
Right.
Yeah.
That whole system that you've got inside the greenhouse there, a very unique system, and we explained that in a segment prior about how they grow literally as tall as myself or even taller.
Oh, taller.
Yeah.
They'll hit the ceiling inside.
When you talk about the overall production and what you get, the yield from the garden, what are you talking about on a yearly basis? A couple 1,000 pounds? What?
Yeah, about 3,000 is the goal.
Right.
So I think we'll meet that and exceed it with the cabbage and the watermelon, cantaloupe, which I have on the other side.
Cantaloupe, wow.
Cantaloupe, pumpkins. We also have blackberries, strawberries, raspberries.
Rhubarb.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of the fact that now that's something you just started this year.
Yes. It's a nice little patch.
And how's that working for you?
Good. In about 2
rhubarb,
years, we'll be able to pick it.
Get yourself
It takes a while.
some rhubarb for a nice rhubarb or a strawberry rhubarb
Strawberry
pie.
rhubarb.
There you
Yes.
go. So with everything that's going on around here, we mentioned the fact that indeed you do need volunteers. If they want to maybe come out and you got some free time, you want to put it to good use, I guess you can call that number over our shoulder there. Pam, What do you think? 573-873-5855 to get on board. Come by and help out these folks with the great work that they're doing, providing fresh vegetables and fruits and a variety of other things to folks in and around the area. Of course, we know that food pantries have been hit so very hard with COVID and a lot of other things that, for one reason or another, affect what comes in as far as the food that they actually bring in from out of the area. But you've got these fresh vegetables, you've got all of these beautiful plants. Come on out and help these folks and give them a hand to make sure that we can supply folks in and around this area with fresh vegetables and some of the best tomatoes I think I've ever seen in my entire life. We're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with more of What's Burnin' on Lake TV with me, KB.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. You
want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for taking the opportunity yet again to join us, and some big news for this particular program, What's Burnin', now 3 times a day, 7 days a week, 7 a.m., 5 p.m., our new time, and 11 p.m. as well. And I thank the powers that be for giving me the opportunity. Again, 7 a.m., 5 p.m., 11 p, and that is 7 days a week with a new show every Thursday. I want to thank all of our great sponsors, Kerry Mawson and the folks at Budget Blinds, as well as Ozark Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake, and our title sponsor, Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. Join me next week as we mentioned Kerry Mawson. She is going to be a guest on the show. We'll talk about what it is they do at Budget Blinds, plus maybe even talk a little shootout as the event is just around the corner. Danny Heiner joining me from the Lake of the Ozarks Idiots Club. Folks, it's not what you think. If you don't know about these folks, they do an incredible amount of work for school kids around the area, raising much needed funds and helping them out in a lot of different ways. We'll be on location at Jolly Rogers to experience the life of a pirate with Captain Scallywag and Mayhem Marnie, and we'll also read your responses to the Burnin' Question of the Week. As always, thanks for joining me. God bless, and we'll see you next time on What's Burnin' here on Lake TV.